Uh-huh.
Hostile air patrol detected.
Really well executed. Yeah.
Artillery targeting detected.
I admire how China is very patient with
Artillery
everything.
inbound.
The Chinese will they'll inherit wealth, as in like they'll live their entire lives. They'll sacrifice their life for their children.
Enemy counter spy plane inbound.
And like, yeah, I remember watching it was like a video essay on SoftBank and their investments in AliExpress. And there's literally like a clip of Jack Moss from AliExpress saying that exact thing. He's basically saying that like he knew AliExpress wasn't going to be big when he made it up until the American market caught up to it. And there was a company like eBay who was buying tons of the shit, or Amazon. But like
Hostile artillery targeting.
they didn't mind bleeding in order to have the market later on. They wanted everybody to become dependent on them so that once those companies grow, their company explodes, type of thing. I think AliExpress is still a great investment. I think that company's undervalued right now. I think if China does pull a lot more influence in the coming 20, 30, 40 years, I think a company like AliExpress could potentially have a market cap like close to Amazon. Mhm.
Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound.
Mhm. Do you believe that? Truly? Okay, bro, you gotta look up on YouTube. There's a video clip where I have it saved on my phone, and it's Donald Trump standing beside Putin, and Putin expresses that exact notion. He says that word for word. He says he says don't trust neither of us, basically. He says both of us are here just for our countries, and that's literally it. I'm gonna stand up for Russian people, and he's gonna stand up for Americans, and he worded it almost word for word with what you said. It was basically like, yeah, it was, bro, that's weird that you said that. I think it's true too. Bro, Putin expressed that exactly in Russian, and if you read the translation, it's word for word what you said. That's crazy. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mhm. Mhm.
Deliver that uranium to the bomb site.
That's an interesting idea, because I don't base my own personal life like that, but it's very true what you're saying. What you're saying is very true.
Get that uranium to a bomb site.
Yeah. Mhm.
Hostile sentry turret active.
I think didn't Jordan Peterson talk about something like that? About like the inner evil. Oh, you don't listen to him at all? You don't like that guy?
Supply drop deployment underway.
Okay.
Deliver that uranium
He's
to
more of a
bomb site.
psychologist, but yeah, sometimes he gets
They've found
political.
the dirty bomb.
I don't watch too much of his political stuff, but he mentioned something like there's a psychological thing about like in order to be a good person, you have to know what being bad means, essentially. Like you have to be like you have to be a monster who's not you have to have the potential to do bad in order to be a good person. That's what he says. And it kind of makes sense. It kind of is true. In the sense that like if you weren't like there's like a pig being in the same cage as a lion and the pig not eating the lion is not the pig being kind. It's just the pig being itself. But the lion not eating the pig, that's the lion being a good person or a good, you know,
You have
because it has the
exposed
potential to
radiation.
kill the pig. Uh-huh.
Hostiles have armed the dirty bomb. Bomb detonation detected. Radioactive
Wait, you said what?
contamination
You
spread
said
in
what?
this
You said
area.
you said you. That's why you excuse China, but not Chinese people. What? Uh huh. Mhm. No, they're not. I don't. You know what's weird is I think Chinese like censorship and stuff that all rubs me the wrong way. But I also acknowledge that I live in an Americanized. I'm half American, like part American,
Readings
living
reveal
in
5
Canada,
active dirty bombs.
and like my reality, everything in my reality is telling me to hate China.
Artillery inbound.
You know what I mean? So it's almost natural for me to have that type of attitude towards their censorship and stuff. Uh-huh.
Hostile
System destroyed.
enemy counter spy plane inbound. Losing objective. Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO.
America. Oh, yo, I know what you're talking about. That's the it's the lead KG. He has glasses on. He's got kind of a wide face, and yeah, I think they used them for the trailer of this video game they were fucking playing.
Multiple enemy spy plane contacts.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think it goes back to the information war. Like that's why I mentioned that I think China and Russia are gonna flood the elections with propaganda because the Cold War it's like an information war. I think it's probably is still probably going on, even though like you think it's still going on.
inbound.
You think it like so it's no longer with Russia? Russia kind of gave it to China.
They primed the dirty bomb.
Uh-huh.
Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hostile have launched the dirty bomb.
Think about this Cold War is like, what's America even doing to destabilize China? I don't think they're doing anything because China's got such a fucking tight rope on everything that they don't allow anything to happen.
Enemy counter spy plane inbound.
For sure, but I agree. I think that's what happened. I think it was Trump protecting. I think that's quote unquote lobbyists enacting their power right there. That's American tech saying, "Yo, America, we need you to do something. We're losing the battle. Our phone sales are going down to Samsung, which is Korean. We don't have control over that." Is it for
Use that uranium to prime a dirty bomb.
But that's why it's like a competition between two countries or two companies. If you replace two countries with the word companies, it's like Oppo or Huawei versus Apple, and it's like who's doing the dirty work for them? It's the countries who are quote unquote working for them. It's like I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I think it's skewed. Like I think the Cold War that's happening right now
Artillery targeting detected.
is such a complicated war that it wasn't like we've never experienced anything like this before.
Artillery targeting detected. Enemy spy plane inbound. Readings reveal 5 active dirty bombs. Commencing reinforcement operation.
Honestly, that's one thing I do like about Donald Trump is that he's putting a lot of pressure on China, and he's at least acknowledging that there is a war going on between those two countries. Even though he's probably like doing a lot of negative for the whole like the well-being of the country and like maybe the future of America. What I think is what might actually happen is Donald Trump and like these extremist type leaders are just gonna lead to America having like a civil war, and then once America has a civil war, China's gonna take the reins on the world economy because there's gonna be too many problems internally for America to pay attention externally.
Get that uranium to a bomb site. Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO.
Yeah, it was like an idea of freedom or whatever. They all fought with the idea of freedom.
Hostile RCXT in your AO. They primed the dirty bomb. Up your game or face the consequences. Стыдитесь. I expected much more.
Everything's interconnected.